Hello friends, I am Mayur Pangrekar, life coach, business coach and trainer. Today I am going to share with you some strategies on how to create that unforgettable customer experience. Yes friends, in today's world, customers are not just looking to buy your product or buy your service. They are looking for something more. They are demanding exceptional customer experience. So, what is this exceptional customer experience? It means how easy it is to buy your product, how convenient it is to buy your product. Is your team actively listening to your customers? Is your team responding properly to your customers? Is your team responding quickly to your customers? So, it is very important to understand this concept. So, in short, if I say, how do you make your customers feel throughout the buying journey? I will tell you there is a direct connection between customer experience and the customer's decisions to buy or not to buy. Because what happens is, based on the customer experience, certain feelings are created in the customer's mind. And based on those feelings, the customer will decide whether to buy or not from you, your product. So we need to understand that we need to go beyond just simply providing customer service to providing an exceptional product, exceptional customer experience, right? Because I will also tell you this, if you provide exceptional customer experience to your customer, it has the potential to become your competitive advantage. Let's take an example. Let's look at Amazon, right? What does Amazon do? If you are a seller or buyer on Amazon, what do you get as a seller or buyer? You get amazing experience, you get the convenience, you get a smooth experience, you get easy to use website, you get prompt customer support calls, and you get at the end, yes my friends, you get the feeling that you are important to Amazon because they care so much about you. So this concept is very important. Now if we look at how do we go about creating such exceptional customer experience, we need to understand one concept first. This concept is about customer touch point. What do we mean by customer touch point? A customer touch point is at any time your customer or your potential customer comes in contact with you. This may be before the purchase, it may be during the purchase, or it may be after the purchase. So at any point in time, the customer is going to come in contact with you. That is a customer touch point. So for any business, it is very crucial to first identify all of your customer touch points and then understand all of those customer touch points. So to help you, I'll give you a few examples. Few examples of customer touch points are word of mouth. It can be the customer sees your advertisement online on certain website. The customer visits your website. The customer makes a first phone call to you. Right? All of these are examples of touch points. Few more examples of customer touch points may be, your customer service team makes a phone call to an existing customer. Right? Your customer service team communicates with your customer via email or instant messaging. Another example is your customer visits your office, right? Your team is giving a demo of your product to your customer. Your team is actually providing a service to your customer. You are getting feedback from your customer. You are asking for payment to the customer, and you are making a post sales phone call to your customer. So all of these are some examples of customer touch points, but you need to identify very specific customer touch points that are relevant with your business. Okay, so today I'm going to touch upon 3 customer touch points. The first touch point, let's take an example that your customer service team is going to make a phone call to your existing customer, right? So every phone call has 3 parts to it. Number 1 is the opening of the call, number 2 is middle of the call, and number 3 is the closing of the call. So in the very first opening of the call, what do you do is you greet the customer, right? Depending on the time of the day, it may be good morning, it may be good afternoon, it may be good evening, and then you use the first name of that customer, right? So why do I say that you use the first name of the customer? The famous author Dale Carnegie, in his book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, he has written a statement. The statement is this. It says, the first name of a person to that person is the sweetest and most important sound in the whole world. I'll say this again. The first name of a person to that person is the sweetest and most important sound in the whole world. Now, have you ever wondered why is it important and sweetest sound in the whole world for a person, his or her first name? I will tell you. See, what happens in our childhood, all of our family members, all of our relatives, all of our friends, all of our neighbors, they are calling us by our first name. So, because of that, what happens is we get emotionally connected. We get emotionally connected with our first name. That's why whenever somebody calls us with our first name, we like that. It feels good. So, that is the first part. So, after that, we go to the middle of the call. Right, in the middle of the call, as a company owner or as a sales professional, your goal is to first actively listen to the customer. What are their needs, what are their questions, because only when you actively listen, then only you can understand, and only when you can understand, you can properly help or respond to your customer. So the middle of the call is all about understanding your customer's needs accurately and completely, and helping them or answering their questions properly. So assuming that middle of the call is over, now we come to the end of the call, which is the closing of the call. So even though you have answered all of the questions to your customer, still you ask the customer this question, do you have any more questions I can answer? Or is there anything else I can help you with? So you ask this question to the customer, and then if there are no more questions, then you end the call by thanking the customer and saying a greeting to the customer and have a good day or have a good evening, whatever is relevant. So this is one example of customer touch point. Now let's look at a second example of a customer touch point. Second example can be your customer is actually going to visit your office, right? So what happens is, we all know that we have five senses, right? So here, whenever a customer actually visits your office, you have a big opportunity to give positive and good input through these five senses to your customer, so that experience remains memorable for that customer, right? I'll give you a few examples. When you go to a mall, what do you see? You see those big bright lights, you see big displays, which is attractive to our eyes. So that is the input they give to your eyes. Some other companies, what they do is they offer you free trial. They offer you, you can try our product for 5 minutes. In malls, for example, they'll say, come and sit on our massaging chair, try it for free for 5 minutes, right? Some restaurants, what do they do is they say, oh, we have a new food here, new dish coming up, we are offering that for free. So they will offer that to you. They will offer that to you. That is your input to your taste. So now imagine a customer is going to come into your office. How will you create an amazing experience for the customer? So very first, for the eyes, make your office very attractive, very nice looking, very well organized. So whenever they come, they feel good. They see your office. It's very well organized and attractive. The second sense is our taste sense. For example, offer something, offer tea, coffee, some snacks to your customer. That will take care of that sense. Then whenever the customer arrives, you shake hands with your customer. That is the third sense, which is the touch sense. Fourth sense is our hearing. You can place some appropriate, nice, gentle, soft instrumental music in your office. So you can give nice, proper input, positive input through ears to your customer. Fifth can be for our smelling sense. You can use nice room freshener or air freshener. That will give very good positive input to your customer. Remember, your goal is to give all of these inputs to your customer so it goes in his or her memory. So this is the second example of customer touch points. Now let's look at another example, right? This is about feedback. So whenever we go and ask feedback, see, most of the customers will not give you feedback, but feedback asking is very important, right? Because they will simply don't have the time or they have other priorities. So unless you ask, you will not get feedback. So always ask feedback to your customers. This is a very important touch point. So how do we ask feedback? Ask this feedback in this way. When you have already delivered a product or service to your customer, right? Ask this feedback. How satisfied are you with our product or experience on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being extremely satisfied and 1 is extremely dissatisfied. So now the customer will respond to you. they will give you a number. They will say 7, they will say 9, they will say 6 or 5 or 8. Whatever their number is, take that number. That number is important. If the customer says to you the number is 7 or below, then that means there is something that they are dissatisfied with about the product or about the overall experience. If the customer says the rating is 8 or above, the rating is 8, 9 or 10, then overall you can say that they have a good experience with your product or overall experience. There is still chance for improvement if somebody says 8 or 9, but overall they are satisfied with your service or experience. Now, understanding the feedback is very important because it will give you clue of how to improve your product in the future, right? Because most of the customers, if they are very much dissatisfied, they will not complain to you. They will directly go to a competitor, okay? And then you will wonder why some of the customers have gone to other competitors. So feedback process is very important touch point for you to understand how satisfied is your customer. You ask them direct feedback, and in this direct feedback session you ask them other questions like, was the product delivered on time? Do you have any additional questions about your product? Is there anything more they can do to create even better experience for the next time, right? So this is a third example of customer touch points. So friends, it's very important to know how your customers are feeling, because depending on how they are feeling, they are going to make those buying decisions, whether to buy from you or go to a competitor. So I hope for your specific business, identify those specific customer touch points, identify some specific actions you will take to enhance the customer experience. Please share your comments below, and thank you for watching my video.